And good evening. Hey, it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Guess what? It's 8:30 at night. They were a little bit later. Sorry about that, by the way. I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here at the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way, bringing value to the customer, getting you home, not working 50, 60, 80 hours a week, and having a little fun along the way. And today we're a little late. Apologize for that. Still getting over the dog eating a whole pound of chocolate. So, though I think she's fine. We took her to the hospital. They got her stomach pumped and all that kind of stuff. So she did well. But just going to stay around, make sure she's doing care in case in the middle of the night, got to do something. So I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning walking the dog. And I wasn't getting up at 5 a.m. either. That wasn't going to happen. And had a lot of work to do, a lot of things going back, everybody trying to do something after the holidays, in between the holidays. It's amazing how much work people want to do. Anyway, so what are we talking about? I'm off on a rant. I do want to let everybody know we are adding more podcasts out there. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But let's talk about, is it better to study or to do? And why was I showing my little, look, it's got a little message. My new little watch I got for Christmas from the family. Take that little family. And, when I was doing this, the instructions, there are no instructions on this thing. But the question is, I brought it up the other day, do you put off technology or do you go with it? And I'm just reading some of my notes here. And with the new watch, do I wait and read the instructions on everything about the watch before I do it? Some people do, some people don't. My thing is, try it. See what you like, what you don't like. What if, and it's not the expensive watch, by the way. It's an inexpensive watch. See if I actually use it before I go buy an expensive one. So, because what if you bought a real expensive, tracker stepper thing and it's part of my exercise routine, and you don't like it? So, as my wife says, I'm not going to go buy you an expensive tracking Fitbit, Apple Watch, whatever it is, unless you know you're using it. Which I don't know if I want one of those anyhow. But anyway, so you got to try it out, see if you like it, right? Some things on the app you may not like or you may like. Do we want to figure it all out, or do we want to explore the features as we go? Now, I got it on. As you can see, I'm wearing it. I'm learning how things work. Doesn't do all the things I thought it would do. I don't know. I'm learning as I go and how it works and how do you move things and things like that. Delete all my messages. How to stop messages coming in. But also tracking my steps. I'm getting benefit out of it because, one, my wife is tracking me. She's an Agile accountant, by the way. And she's making sure I'm going and doing steps and stuff like that. So even though I'm not getting full use out of the watch, I'm using as it goes. I'm working on the features, learning how it works. I am not waiting until I have the full software figured out in every aspect of the software before I use it, which is an Agile way of thinking. A lot of places, like, I will not do anything until I figure it all out, got it all done. And tomorrow we're going to talk about a concept that's out there that we went and explored the other day, which was fun. I learned a lot. I liked it. Some things I didn't like about it. But anyway, I just wanted to share that from an Agile Scrum perspective. Getting out there, getting the features you have in the customer's hand. Don't worry about if you have everything documented, because I'll tell you one thing, the documentation isn't too thick on this watch either, which is okay. You figure it out as you go. I remember watching my 1-year-old just hitting my cell phone and go, oh, I didn't know my phone could do what it just did. So my thing on the Agile and Scrum world is get it out to the customer, get it in their hands, get some feedback on it, let your team use it, get it out there, right? Don't wait until you got it all figured out, because they may not like it at all. What if it turns out I don't like wearing a watch? I don't want to wear the step thing, and it's not helping me any. And we wait until we bought something that costs like $20,000. I don't know. Shoot. I think if this is $50, I'll be shocked. But that's the idea, right? So that's what I share with you today. Question yourself, ask yourself, is it better to study or just to do? And challenge yourself as you're doing stuff Are we trying to study every aspect of the feature, develop every little nuance of the product before we go out and give it to the public? Something to think about, right? Especially with the holidays, deadlines, right? So that's what I have for that. Podcasts. I started putting up podcasts again. So we have podcasts out there. We got Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Audible, TuneIn, Alexa. I'm trying to figure out how to do the Alexa thing. When I do 5 a.m. Mester Scrum, I'm learning that I'm going to have to adapt all my podcast information because it was doing 5 a.m. Master Scrum. And it wasn't finding me. So I had to fix that. iHeartRadio, Player FM, Listen Note, Stitcher. I think there's a bunch of other ones too. But if you have a podcast that you like and you can't find 5 a.m. Mester Scrum, let me know. If you try searching it, I really would appreciate your feedback on which podcast you use, what social media you use. If you want to message me, text me on the YouTube or in LinkedIn, I'd appreciate that. And we'll see if we get on those podcasts too, because sometimes you just like to listen to what's going on in the world and not worrying about the video. Because, I got the most beautiful face in the whole world, right? So anyway, maybe you just want to hear, I don't even know if you want to hear my voice. Who knows? Anyway, we're out there. We're doing it. We're not waiting to figure it all out. So I want to wish you all a happy Scrumming evening or morning, depending where you're in the world. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the show. And ring the bell if you want to know when we go live, because sometimes, like today, didn't get to do the early show, but we did the later show just because this morning I was not getting up after being up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning walking the dogs. But they're fun dogs. It was worth it. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk about virtual restaurants and the experience on that. And that's an interesting concept. I actually kind of love it. I really do love the concept. So we'll talk about it a little bit from an Agile perspective. And Mr. Beast Burgers. All right. See you all. Have a good evening. And I wish you all best of luck. Stay healthy. Take your vitamin D during the winter months. Make sure, because you're not getting the sun, you need the vitamins to ward off all the stuff that's out there. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Good evening.